Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh my God. My system here. Unajua kung'ang'ana hizi technology ni gumu sana. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Mill is here. Good morning. Lane Murioki, good morning. Miriam, good morning again. How are you doing? Sound off? Yes, the sound is on. If you can hear me, let me just know. And good morning to you, Tony. Okay, Tony, Betty, good morning. How are you doing? Finally. The audio is back. Yeah, I was doing some rectification here. Yeah. And now we are back. Yep. Betty from Nakuru. Yes, good morning. Hey, my friend Mindalazar. Your name is very hand. Yeah, but let's just do what is really happening here as we proceed on this. I took some trend here on Outcand. For those who know VIP, I just gave a signal that, but we'll be talking about that later. I know you are wondering what is happening to the gold, and that is why you are back. You want some clarification on what is happening because already we are at 32. We are already at 33.42. We are already 33.42. What is really happening here? What is really happening? And I think this is one of the things that make so many people actually to, fear gold is because of how it is really doing here. Inaweza kupiga chenga sana mbaya ya makosha. Unasikia eh? Sound is nice. Tony Muriogi, good morning. Mairogi, hey, not Muriogi. That is a different name from different place. Okay, now what is really happening? Because I want us to check in a few minutes here before I disappear again. Let's see, because we have to come every day to just do this. You always know what we do. Ensure that you like that button. Make sure that you do that right now before I disappear again. This is a simple setup that I just decided to set here. So quickly, let's see what is happening. So I have already changed the time to be 11 a.m. East African time, so that in case you have some troubles, kama wewe ni mtu wa kuamka late, at least you see us here. And I think that is most preferable time in most of people, right? Yep. I want us to restructure everything and go back on time. Yeah, we go back again and see what really happened. What is really happening? Because yesterday we mentioned something here, of which I want to again see what is really happening here. I want us to go back again and see what is happening, because now gold is changing the trend. The things are really changing, and we want to see what is really happening. So it's like we are going back to zero again. Yeah, because yesterday we were waiting for this market to break and come all this way around 14, and the market went all the way to 09, right? But deciding to go back, Now let's see, because we're saying there's a possibility on the daily time frame. This is what I was talking about, because already this market was confusing us. That's why I did not take any trend yesterday. Because we did not take any trend yesterday because some really confusing things that were really happening here, and there was no clear sign. That's why you see a lot of things really happened here, and I ended up just giving, I don't know. Yep, but checking on the daily time frame, let's stick to the original plan and try to restructure everything to see what do we miss here and what might be happening tonight, and what is really going to be happening to the gold. Whether we can have some, do we really have something to check? Do we have something today? Do we have something that we can say that today at least we are going to have an entry? So that is what I want us to really check. Okay. 1 minute. God. I want us to also remember we'll be checking also on currencies. It's very important to check also on currencies, as well as good also to check on the currencies. Currencies, they will not frustrate you most of the time, but you have to be very patient when it comes to the currencies. All right. Now look at this. Still we are moving up, but the reason I was saying just look at this. This is just the original plan where we are trading again from this market, and I send a possibility on the highest time frame. For those you remember what I said yesterday is that because this market, as you can see, it is on the highest time frame, it is still moving up. But the problem with the lowest time frame, like 1 hour time frame, you cannot really rely it on it so much. I want you to really write that down. I want you to write this down. You can actually write this down. It's going to help you for a long time. So when you are confronted between two options, the lowest time frame and the highest time frame, when they give you a conflicting or two different scenarios, let's say on the daily time frame and you have the lowest time frame, let's say even 1 hour time frame being the lowest time frame, or even 30-minute 15-minute time frame, let's say from 1 hour below 1 minute to 15-minute time frame, and then you are confronted with daily time frame and above. So if those things they actually start confronting each other, which one are you going to choose? I always say that choose the direction of the highest time frame. Choose the direction of the highest time frame. It's more reliable compared to the lowest time frame. It is more reliable. Okay. So the reason it is reliable is because highest time frame, you can rely on them long term. But when it comes to the lowest time frame, like 1 hour, we don't usually trend on those time frame. What we do is just do a confirmation and get the reason we actually do time frame alignment like this, we go to 1 hour time frame, is so that we can capture that sniper entry, and the one that is going to help you is actually the lowest time frame. So what is really happening to this market, so giving us this vibe, is the market is still moving up. Daily time frame always wins and above. So when you actually go to the lowest time frame, you're going to see a lot of noise, unnecessary noise. So we are going to see a lot of noise that is not going to help at all. So I always choose highest time frame. And that you see now the gold is still moving up like this, but you can see the strength on which the gold is actually moving up is actually weakening. So those are the things that I want us to, you can really check here. The strength is really weakening here. For instance, you can you just look at this. After gold actually achieve this, and you can actually master this from the highest, from the top. I want to expand this so that you can see from the top it actually achieved here on the daily time frame. Just look at this. After gold actually achieving this, okay, after gold actually achieved this, just look at this. It hit our target here. Now it's actually trying to move up, okay, which is very okay. It's trying to move down, but really for you now to say that this market is moving up and it's giving us that, you can actually see yourself here. The market is still moving up because after the market moved down here, did not test this 3250, which is this zone here, is actually went almost like let's say 65% of retracement of this level. And now the market is now starting to move up, which is very simple. It's really a suggestion that indeed this market actually might be continuing to move up after achieving this. And one of the amazing things that you see here is the still all these moves, all this target here is actually around that corner here, of which means now the next move that can actually be achieved here can be even that 395. And after achieving that 395, you see, even if it goes back to a trend, then it means that we still be moving up. It will continue creating high highs and high lows. A very simple strategy, but really work. It's really work here. So a very simple strategy here. So we don't really need to be a rocket scientist to just figure out how the prices of gold is really moving. And that's why we're saying that highest time frame really matters a lot. So one thing that you have to know is gold is still on up. So if you're thinking probably we are going to place a sell for long term, I think that might be a trouble. The only problem that we can have here is to just consider where we are going to have like small entries like this. Let me show you. For example, you can see a rejection that is really happening here around 43. But it's very simple. You can see the market trying to achieve these all these levels that you see rejections that's happening here. You can expect probably another one at 66 possible, but this market now might actually keep moving up just like that. So we are still up. Just look at this. It's almost the same like this one. So history, remember what we actually check on the chart is just the history, how history normally repeats itself, and that is the first thing that you say. And I think gold is the most difficult asset to trade in the forex market. So you have to be very careful on how you are doing things, but it's very simple as well. Look at this is the same as this one. So after achieving this, remember, for those who actually know the first season that we were trading, we actually bought exactly here, and it was at that 120, that 124. We bought that exactly that price, and we sold around here, so around 33.50. So it was a very big move that we had really achieved here live as you are trending on this. Now look at this. This is the same scenario that is happening after gold achieved this. You can see hitting this target here, moved up and down. This is the same thing that we can see here from this level here, and trying to come back all the way here, and now the market is actually trying to move all the way up. But we'll go in details to see what is really happening, because I'll give you like let's say 60 to 65 of information on how this market might be moving, or the information that you really need to know here, okay, on the analysis. Are you following on this? So Sablon, you're saying you're not understanding these things, huh? Don't worry, it's gold. Very simple, very classy. Okay, gold has gone back to Tuesday trend. I really don't remember Tuesday, but I can see, yeah, it's just the same, but still we were moving up again. That is nice. Yes, we else here. Now that is the move that we see from this. Now let's just go into details, like let's see even for our time frame, on the time frame element, to see whether what we are getting here. But don't let this confuse you. That's why I'm keeping it very simple. And I'm saying I'm going giving you some just information, 60% of the information that we have here of the analysis, so that it does not really confuse you at all. It does not really confuse you at all. Remember, this is the target, and we said once this market will be approaching this, prepare for penetration towards the upward. So once you be this one, so I also saying that this is also a danger zone here that we see here, because now also this becomes a danger zone that we have here. So we have two possible breakout that can be happening. These are strong resistance point, but you can expect when this market will be actually be around this area here, around achieving high. Trust me, the buyers are going to push this market to achieve a very new high. That is what is going to be happening to the prices of the gold. But this also becomes a danger zone, as you can tell from this, because this zone here has become so common. Even the time we expect and break here, the market actually did that on the lowest time frame, as you can see. But when you go to the highest time frame, we are going to see that this market is not really, let's not say it's a break, but you see, the only thing that actually broke out this is just the shadow, the wick that broke out this. And we're saying that once you are confronted with two options, lowest time frame and the highest time frame, what you're going to choose is the highest time frame, of course. Of course, it's going to give you the trend. If you want to know about the trend, choose the highest time frame. If you want to have good entries, go to the lowest time frame. It's simple. Everyone knows that. Okay, so we are going to stick to that. Now, what do we see? What do we expect probably from today or tomorrow? What do I see from this? Okay. Now, what I see is this market is going to try and break this zone, and the next zone that this market is going to test is around 65 as we approach this level. Remember, from this market actually started achieving this 34, this is 34.50s, 34.50 I achieved here. After now the market moved all the way here. I don't think actually it achieved, or maybe it went back to retrace at least 50% of this. Let's see. No. Yep. This is actually 0. What is this? Yeah, around this zone here that was achieved yet, and you can see now this market is now trying to at least move up. So we have some zone that we are going to really concentrate on how this market is going to do. But you can see these are very strong trend. For those who normally stand candles, if you are much keen into the candles, you can see these candles actually they shows just a strong momentum for this market. This three candles. So the one that is going to close here today, this market actually might be considering to break the zone that we see here. So probably if you go to the lowest time frame, like this one, you're going to see clearly some moves that is going to happening. And you can see we have a problem. We have a problem here that needs to be solved. We have a problem here that needs to be solved. And you can see from after the market achieved this, it's really trying to move this way, and that means either a probability that I'm going to give this market this. So let's and again mark possible areas that we're going to have, because now today I want to have possibilities for buy, and this time we're going to have these probabilities for buys. Okay. I don't know how many standard probability in high school. The time I was studying engineering, actually, that followed me to again do probability. That was so banned. So just look at this. So the area I'm waiting to see is actually this market coming to this zone again. You see this zone here again, and trust me, I'll be considering to buy these. And once it's not just buying, remember what we do. Once we highlight some positions, we wait for the market to come that area here. What we do is we set alert, like what we call alert. You can find it on the trending view if you're using trending view on the other side. And after setting alert, the reason we don't put buy limit, I really discourage you to put buy limit, sell limit on us. Okay, don't do that. So what we are going to do is we are going to place alerts, so that when the market actually approaches our zone, we are going now to go to the lowest time frame and start analyzing how candles are forming, whether we are going to get that. And that's why we have been able to get most of our entries, sniper entries, because of that. It's simple. We actually analyzed that like that. So I'm going to see how this market is going to react from that. But the zone that I'm going to 5 and 28, those are the zone I'm going to concentrate on, because once we have be having this market now coming to the zone, of which there is high probability of this market is actually going to come to this area. Remember, it's very simple. The rule is now in just one: be patient. Patience is the key. Sometimes you are not going to get all the time you are going to get the entries into the market. That is what you have to know. So we are going to trap this market. Once it achieves this level of 35, 28 here, of which you can see now it didn't almost approaching this zone, then we are going to have some considerations for buys. And once we buy from this area here, then we are going to have a very big target, probably all the way to 34. And the reason I'm saying 34 is because it's going to move all the way up, all the way up. You cannot say this zone. This zone is no this now. The all of them to be TP, so to move on the TP side. So that is what we might be doing, and that is what I'm waiting to see. So gold might be moving below 30. Below 30. You hear that? Below 30 is the target that we might be waiting to see from this gold before it comes to this zone. And once these buyers are actually going to get this price, they are going to approach this, and the market is going to be, it's going to, let's use the word kicking, it's going to kick that zone and break all the way up. So that is the target that it might be having. Sounds crazy. Intraday traders still don't have signs of moving up, and this is nice. Good sign. It's really nice to see, like Bitcoin achieving new highs, like 118. How many? I don't know how many are investors there. Today Ethereum achieved, yesterday actually, 3,000 again. But Bitcoin is achieving new highs, probably heading to 2,000, 200k, probably to 200k. So with that move, we might be expecting as well the prices of gold to hit new highs anytime soon. So we might be expecting gold prices to hit also new highs. But anytime we get low prices like that, then we are going to consider to have some really good buys across that zone, so that we can see what is going to take us. Risk management is the key always, and patience is everything. Have you read this quote like market is how much more percentage of waiting, patience, and less action. You don't actually have to do a lot. Less action is really required, and more is needed. So you can see we're almost approaching this, so don't worry. The market is trading at 36, so around 29, 25 here. We might be having some fast entries that we are going to have from this market, and then that is going to be a good one. Right. So that is my target. Did you get it? Did you get my target here? That is what we are waiting to see. Like, that is it. Very simple, clear, to the point, to the dot. Achieve that target, and we are going to have some little buys when this market comes to that zone. I want to check something here. Oh my god. Okay. All right. Now this is that is now the 1 hour time frame that we have here. So I've already identified the zone that I'm waiting to see. All the way from that is we might be considering to have some buys there when that market comes to that zone, but we be checking a lot of things there. It's very simple. It's very simple there. Wow. If this is your first time actually to be here, you actually have to consider coming live all the time. Just ensure that you come back each and every time. You're going to benefit a lot. Sometimes you're going to see the price moving just like that, and you are wondering, yeah, we're going to be there. Probably the market is not going to move to that zone. But at the end of the day, that is when you realize that is when the reality actually start hitting you, that like, oh, kumbe ningekuwa tu patience enough, mambo ingekuwa mzuri. Lakini sasa ukianza kutrend hivi hivi, mambo itakuwa mna gani? Yeah, so many people think that just to know this, many people think, I think, seeing that someone also gave him that information, that on Fridays, gold tend to normally to sell, and on Monday, that is when now the market starting moving up. Some of the time it happens, most of time it happens, most of the time, but not really. It's not really a trend to follow. It's not really a trend to follow. But some people normally close like positions. They can actually be a sell position or a buy position when they're closing on Friday. So unless if the market was moving. So if the market was moving out throughout the week, that is the time maybe you may get some of things just like that. But if the market is actually been, the moment it moves, it was retracing back, the market, there is a smooth move and not a sharp one, then you don't really expect a lot of things to just happen like so many people think. Okay. What? Hello, good morning. Good morning. It's almost afternoon. Remember, I'm just here for 1 hour, so we better utilize this 1 hour to do something constructive. We better use this 1 hour to do something constructive. So if you have any question, remember, just wait right now, because in the next like 20 minutes I'll be out here. I have a lot of things to do, and yeah. So, but we are going to need to observe this. But in case this market actually achieves our target, then we are going to check how these are really going to unfold on those areas. It's very important, very fast. We are going to be very fast. We are going to be very, very fast. For those who actually joined the VIP, wow, the group is really growing so fast. So, official signals actually we just start from Monday, but we are actually testing the system, and I'm going to ensure that at least every signal that I'm going to send, either currencies or the gold, is going to be gold. And also I'm going to tell you, so on a personal level, I can engage you to know what is really happening, so that at least I don't want people to blow account. Blowing account is the baddest things I really want to hear. Blowing account is bad. It's really bad. So risk management is the key. Sometimes we might be correct about this, and then God is going to do magic. So you can make a lot of money, because we normally target big moves here. We target many pips. Like you can see, the risk reward ratio is almost to like we are risking small and getting big moves, and that is what I don't want people really to lose money. It's so bad. Do you mostly consider technical analysis? Technical analysis, I check it like let's say 40% of my analysis. 40%, just 40%. I don't want to actually go in details. When we start analyzing the fundamental analysis and a lot of things that I'm going to check here about the institutions, about deep. That's why I'm saying I'm just giving you information like 60%. If we start analyzing gold, probably I'm going to be confused on the way. So I want to try to keep it so simple. I don't want to analyze gold like 2 hours. It's not necessary at all. It's not necessary to analyze gold at that level. So still, I'm waiting to see whether we are going to get that level of 30, below 30. And once we have that below 30, then we are going to see how the market is going to react from there, so that at least we can have some buys that are going to be happening to this market. So every day from 11 a.m., because we have already changed the time, make sure that you are here. You are here so that we analyze these prices together, and you're going to see how this is actually going to be like magic. Simple. It's going to be like magic. Trading gold is the easiest thing. Very easy. Very easy. So we normally have shorty moves and bigger moves. So we normally for those who actually can't own the trend throughout the day or maybe to the following day, it's normally very simple for you now to be here. It's very simple. Is good for you now to be here, because all those you're going to benefit from, either from scalping. It's not scalping, but a scalping that is 100 at least a few minutes. You're going to benefit a lot from that, and as well, the day trenders. Okay, let me, which is the currencies? I think let's as we just give things gone just some room to move. I want to, you allow me to check on something here, because I want to analyze something and see whether that is what I'm getting from my side. Okay. I want to see something. If you have any question, let's just let it. You can do it right now before we close everything down. If you actually go to my 2021 around Corona time, if you go actually to 2021 around 2021, there's some videos I was doing about Bitcoin, about cryptocurrency, just explaining. And when you see the prices, actually you'll be shocked, because sometimes the prices are 20,000, 25,000, sometimes 16,000, and you can see now we achieve 100,000 and 18. This is crazy. It's indeed crazy, very crazy. That is what is really happening here. Rodney, you're trying to pass the challenge. Which question do you have about the challenge? So about the challenge, if you have the small account, it's actually going to be of more troublesome compared to the big account. So small account like 10k, 6k, if you're going to buy that, I just advise you just eat that money, because high chances you're going to breach that account. You are going to breach probability, high probably. GBP JPY, a clean move, very simple, nice. So if you're really considering to trend some of these euro, these are the pairs that we actually have to be checking from Monday, like GBP JPY. Their move very smooth, very smooth, very smooth, but also they are very volatile as well. So they can give you a good amount of money here. But I'm going to give you the style, because we're going to do when we actually going to touch on the currencies, we are going even to do some correlations, so that you know what to do. So I'm going to make it very simple. So on Monday probably we're going doing on some currencies, so that when you'll be working on currencies, we can do some correlations of the currencies, and what to do and what to avoid is very important as well on that. Today is on Friday. So next week, don't forget we have the news on the USD dollar, US dollar. We have to be checking on we have to be tracking on DXY, USDX. Yeah, okay, well, let me see what this problem with my. So what is the question about the profile is you're on the challenge account. You're trying to patch the challenge, but once you patch the challenge, but it really depends which profile are you using, because some of them zinaenda kukunyanyaza bure. So I see I'm going to see here a very smooth move that you can see on the GBP USD, but I don't want us to check on that. That's why I said next week we'll be checking on this, because I see very smooth moves that really moving here. It's very easy to trend currencies actually. So did you check the move that we sent? 30.28. Yeah, the price is really moving down 35. So I know sometimes people are worrying that the prices are moving up, and you're wondering what is really happening. So we are still moving, and we might be getting these prices getting to our levels here. That is what we are hitting through. We are checking on the gold prices. So if you're watching this, ensure that you like this video and ensure that you subscribe and turn on notification bell. The reason is why there's nothing that is passion gained from subscribers or turning on notification bell. It's going to benefit you. Some of the time I see a very good signal. Maybe there is an update when I gave you a signal here, and there's some update. Probably I want you to close up positions and somewhere, and I want to do it for everyone to see that. What I do, I just decide to come live instantly, and then if you see that, you just click that and then join the live, and then you take the action. Just take the action. So see this the node is moving. So let's see what is going to be happening. We're moving. We are 33. So some few dollars here, like 5. Then we're going to have the first entry. $5 here. Then we're going to have some 5 small entry. We are going to start all the way to 25. All the way to 25. Are you ready? Are you ready to do that? So just look at this. The price is 33. We are 33, and the prices are still moving. But I expect these prices actually to try and reverse from that one. Not only that is below that is from 31 here. From 31 here, we might be getting a reaction from that one. From that one point here, we might be getting some prices to start changing and start moving. That is what might be getting from that one. We are in the 33.5. That is what we are getting from that one. Here we might be getting now this actually being forming, and probably going to be a shadow. So do you see that? I see that clearly. I see that. See, It's very simple. You can see that 332, they're still moving, and that is what I'm expecting around this area here, 29, all the way to 25 here, so that we can, when this price actually touches that, remember this candle here is going to close 12, so it's going to close in the next 5 minutes. So probably it's going to close below this. If it closes or goes below this, it's going to be nice. If it touches this, it's going to be very nice. Because you're going to buy immediately from that. Okay. Gold is going opposite to what you're doing. So what normally happens? So if it buys, I sell. If it's because now when I buy it sells, now what I'm going to do is that when I think I'm selling, I'm going to buy. And because when I'm thinking it's going to buy, I'm going to sell because it is doing opposite. Gold is really not doing opposite. Have you joined our live session? Because on Monday we end a sniper entry. I think on Tuesday, is it on Wednesday? Like 3 days straight. We have this week we have trained in 3 sniper entries, and some of the days there's some days I really did not share the signal because probability, the probability, I call it just probability because this is about probability. The probability was low, like the ratings were low, so I did not share the signal. That's why. But at least the ones that I managed to share, these 3 of them sniper entry. So if you enjoy this live, and you can ask the people in the comment section, they'll tell you that you probably could have passed the challenge. It's very easy. What is gold 5? Is it 5 minutes or 5 million? You have 5 million. Thank you. You see this area here where the market has actually reversed here, we might be having potentials on us, a volume around that area here. And I named this because some people think it is buy or sell, sell limit or buy unders. No, that's different. Okay. Yeah, because of that, you can see now the price is just going back up and getting to 32. We are almost there, actually. We were almost there. We were almost here. So probably maybe Bitcoin is a mysterious thing. So we might be getting that prices before end of the day, and that will be nice because we're going to have some moves, as I said, around that area. But before, don't let the market just come to this area and then because we said so, then boom, you just enter into the market. We normally go into details when this market actually come here so that we get that sniper entry, and that is lowering the time frame. And for you to get that, you just lower the time frame, check on how they're doing, then you just get the perfect move. That is what we normally do. Here. It's almost 12 now. This candle is closing, and we are going to have another candle here. Probably is going because of this big one here. Probably the one that is going to open here is actually going to close below this. Again 32. So I see probability for this market to high. Probability is very high, and so when these prices come here, and then we have some small buys, yes, but to really consider the caliber of candles. So I hope this happens in the next like few minutes before I close this down. I really want to have some entries before I close this down. I want to show you the challenge on how this really market tu tuingie uone vyenye vitu zina mambo iwe inachemuka hapa venye huwa mambo inatuchemkia. So the other candle is just opening there, the one that closed previously. You can check, it's actually very, very, very strong. Just close to it, there is almost the 0.0000 wick. So what is going to be happening to that candle? Is it going to form? So if it's actually going to move below like that one, expect it to move like this. Probably in the next hour from 1 p.m. there, maybe the other candle on our time frame that will be opening. Probably that is the one that will be taking us up, and that is what might be happening from that market. So that candle is going to be forming next, maybe down, but still some reactions here because you can see still there's still a challenge area. It's like block. There's like a block here. We are being blocked from the movement. So let's see this closing here. It's going to be a challenging though. The candle that is opening here is going to be challenging here because you can see this region has been tested so many times. But the probability for this now to break this, expect is of course. Expect it to come to 28. Expect it to happen. Expect it to happen. But also from 37 again, no problem. It can to come to 37 and go back here. But at the end of the day, we must pass through this. Must pass through this, okay? We must get to 27s around that area. 27s, so around that area here. Even if it just goes to 38, the only problem I have if this candle actually goes beyond the previous one here. But high chances we are going to go back here. All right, yeah, that is what I'm getting here. Okay, it's not come so it's okay. So the bonus for the VIP signal is closing today. So is it today or tomorrow? Let me make it tomorrow, Saturday, for 50% bonus. Then the next week, I really don't want this to be to have so many people. I just want few people so I can be able to manage. Yeah, so let's see. It's going back to this level. So expect like 37, no problem. But already I sent, might be getting prices now. Going back to this. Going back to this, and then we are going to move up. Okay. Hey, we are here. So the prices are really trying to move like 37, and let's see what the end of the day probably whether we are going to achieve these again. That's why I said high chances you're going to move there, so don't worry. The day is still young. The day is still young, and the candle is still here. Some few minutes, so let's see. By 30th minute or 40th minute there, we'll have some conclusion on how this market actually might be moving here, right? Zama, let me see. Okay. Okay. I'm just checking the market normally. Yeah, just observing different currencies and how they are forming. So I normally go through them and see what is happening. But I'm really surprised gold is hitting new highs. Bitcoin, I mean, moving in new highs. We may have the same chances with. We may have the same chances with this. So I said I expect me to come back live. Back live again here. Look at this. I think I don't know which signal I was giving, but this kind of signal I was giving here sometimes back on how the DXY is going to do, like drop like this, it was crazy. It was crazy. I don't know whether I can check that on where is it? USDX. It's always fun. Do you really have fun when you're analyzing these, when you're checking how the market is doing? It's fun playing with these figures. Always fun. It's always fun. This is interesting. The market is good. So if you're probably come on and make a market is poor, I think market iko best. Soko iko best. Everything is very clear right now. Everything is really clear. Someone was asking for us to check on the Audi JPY. I think when it comes to this GBP, JPY, Audi JPY, it's very critical for you to know better more about JPY. Either fundamentally, technically, you must understand more about the JPY. You must do that. You must really understand more about JPY. Because one day you can be making a lot of money and then at the end of the day you lose it all. So it's good to understand more about JPY. So if you are someone who's normally trained JPY pairs, any pair that have JPY, so can JPY, USD JPY, GBP JPY, or JPY, make sure that you understand more about JPY. JPY can give you a lot of money if you, those pairs can give you a lot of money if you understand more about JPY. Technically, fundamentally, economically, everything. It's going to help you a lot. Yeah, so I see after checking this market, I see the market is really good. But on the next week we'll be analyzing currencies. So don't miss on this. We'll be checking on the currencies. Gold is at 35, so we just give it sometimes to see how the market move is going to be. And probably at the top of the hour. Maybe at the top of the hour, might be coming back live here so that we can just do some good analysis. What do I have now? So make sure that you do just two things. Just do me a favor, subscribe here and turn on notification. That bell, make sure that you ring it right now so that when I just, you understand what that means. You can as well follow me on all social media platform. Dantech on Instagram, TikTok. It's going to benefit you. I share some very valid point there, and I'm going to really help you. So because there's no question at the moment, I'm going to leave it like that, and then I'm going to do 1 2 3 here. You understand, economy ya Kasongo lazima ufanye vitu mingi at the same time, sindio? Lafu tutaonana baadaye, how sio? So I'll see you again next time, okay? Keep it locked here. I'll put a banner here that says live. So anytime you're going to see that price, make sure that you click that or search Mindantech here, and then you're going to see us live immediately. You just click that. Thank you so much for those who joined this. I'm very happy. So tuendelea hivyo. Next week is going to be bigger. Probably we are going to extend it to 2 hours, like that, as the community keeps growing. If you want to join my VIP signal, it's just $50 today and tomorrow. Next week I'm going to make it $100, and I'm going to make sure that those people who are joining that are actually going to benefit from that. Adios. Adios. Bye-bye. Imeenda.